So from there we can move to question 1c that says express the following in terms of prefixes. So we have all those quantities and then we're supposed to express them in prefixes, and prefixes are useful because they reduce the length of the number such that we can just express it using one comma letter which represents a prefix, and that letter actually tells us a lot about the number. So the first one that we have is 0.3 zeros and then 851 amps. So that is going to be 0.30851 amps, like that, and then we're supposed to express it in terms of its prefix. So what we're going to try to do is that we're going to try and move our decimal point to these significant numbers here. So we're going to say 1 2 3. Okay, I have my 3 there, so I can end it as 0.851 amps. So if I move that side 1 2 3 and I'm moving to my right side, so if I'm moving to my right side, that is supposed to be a comma times 10 to the power negative 3. Am I right? Yeah, so it's supposed to be that, and then this times 10 to the power negative 3, that should be milli, and then if that is milli, meaning that this is going to be 0.851 milliamps. Okay, so yeah, that should be that. Let me just confirm if it is milli. So here with me I have my prefixes that I can use for my reference, but you guys will be in a test, you won't have yeah, so there, so we have milli. So knowing this table is very much important there. Or if I want, I can go even further on by using the micro there. Have you seen the micro? That's -6. So using the micro, I can say, okay, looking at this, it still looks a bit complicated. Let me move it to something that I can be more familiar with. I can move this decimal point again 3 times. So already I had a -3 here. So if I move it 3 more times, meaning I'm adding -3 again, so that's going to be -6. So it's going to be 851 amps times 10 to the power -6. So this -6 stands for micro. So that's going to be 851. How do you write micro? Microamps? Dang it, how do I write micro? Okay, but yeah, something like this, microamps. So this would be our best and final answer right there. So that was with the first one. And the second one says what? The second one says 5.4 times 10 to the power -13. 5.4 times 10 to the power -18. Let me just clear up my board. Okay, so that's what again? 5.4 times 10 to the power -13. 5.44 times 10 to the power 4 times 10 to the power -13, like that. So again, you're supposed to be able, if you have this table in your head, you're supposed to approximate what is the nearest prefix that I can convert these numbers into. So here the nearest prefix to 13 is 12. It's 12, so I can either use 12 or 15, but yeah, I think 12 is the best. It's the closest, so this should be your closest answer. So how do I reduce this -13 to a -12? How do I do that? Reducing this -13 to a -12, I'm supposed to add a positive. How do I add a positive? I'm supposed to move my decimal point to a region that's going to give me a positive power. So that's going to be which region again? So this is my left side and this is my right side. So moving it to my left side will make it negative. So meaning I'm supposed to move it to my right side will have a positive power effect. So I'm supposed to move it to my left side, which is going to have a negative power effect. So this is going to be 5. The move this side is going to be 0.44 times 10 to the power -12. So it's going to be 0.544. This 10 to the power -12 is pico. So I can just put the p there. Did we have any special picogram? Picogram. Yeah, so that is that. And then the last one there, we have 73 with 6 zeros meters. Okay, so let me just clear this again. 73 million meters. Quite a million meters. Okay, yeah, but yeah, we can have something like that. 73 with 6 zeros meters. So meaning that here my imaginary decimal point is supposed to be somewhere there. So in order to write this with my prefix, I'm supposed to move my decimal point to somewhere about there. So this is going to be 7.3, but I wasn't counting. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be times 10 to the power. I was moving this side, so it's going to be positive 7. But if I look at 7 and if I compare with my prefix table, which one is close to 7? 6 is the only one that's close to 7. Yeah, 6 is the only one that's close to 7, meaning I can't leave it at 7 like that. I'm supposed to leave it at 6. So how do I leave it at 6? I come back a little bit there, so it's going to be 73.0 times 10 to the power 6. And then looking at 6, what does 6 represent? 6 represents what? Mega, with a capital letter M. So that's going to be 73 mega meters. And that is my final answer.